We're back for our MLB Best Bets here on Monday, July 28th. It is a new week, and we close the week on a hot streak, right? Back-to-back good days here on the channel. Let's keep it moving as now we move into the final part of the month of July and on to the month of August. We've got baseball all day long today, and we've got you with best bets again all day long. Before we get into the video, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more MLB Best Bets here on the channel. Today on Greedo Plays MMA, in a couple hours, we're going to have our UFC Fight Night. Tyra versus Park predictions. The card got switched around, so I had to delay the video yesterday. It's coming out today. And then tomorrow on Greedo Plays MMA, our PFL Championship predictions. Thad Jean, Logan Storley in the main event. Best bets over there at the UFC probably on Thursday, likely on Thursday. So make sure to join us for all of those. Let's move on now to the first of our 5 MLB Best Bets. Make sure that subscribe button on this channel too for more daily MLB Best Bets. Again, college football, NFL coming very shortly. I'm not doing the preseason though for the NFL. You can't actually make picks for those. Okay, college football really soon though. Okay, on to the first of our 5 best bets for the MLB. Let's kick things off with the very first game of the day. Orioles, Blue Jays. Give me the Blue Jays, okay? I don't care that, they're due to lose one eventually. It's not tonight. It's not tonight. They lost the Tigers yesterday. They're due to lose a series is what I was going for. The Blue Jays have won, I think, 5 consecutive series? Oh, no, they did lose a series to the A's. Still, they've been on fire, right? Losing yesterday to the Detroit Tigers. It is what it is. You know, I thought they were going to be able to win. I didn't pick it, obviously, but I looked at it. I was like, I think Max Scherzer should be able to get it done for the Jays against Detroit. And ultimately, it really wasn't Scherzer's fault. He goes 7 good innings, gives up 3 runs, or 6 good innings, 3 runs. I think it goes 7. His team gave him 0 run support. It's fine. They scored later in the game. They couldn't score off of Jack Flaherty, which scares me a little bit because you're facing Zach Eflin today, and if you're not able to hit Flaherty, I'd hope you're able to hit Zach Eflin. But ultimately, guys, the Blue Jays are just on a different level right now than the Baltimore Orioles, and it's not close. It's not close at all. Baltimore, they looked really good against the Colorado Rockies. Big whoop. You beat up on the Rockies. I'm happy for you. That's what you're supposed to do. You lost the first game. You win the next one 18-0, and you win on Sunday 5-1. It's what you're supposed to do to the Colorado Rockies. And in all fairness, my favorite team couldn't even beat the Colorado Rockies in the season series, nor any series this season. But still, if you're gonna beat the Blue Jays, or at least beat the Blue Jays with Zach Eflin on the mound, you should probably, be sweeping the Colorado Rockies. No, that's unfair because the Orioles just aren't that good. That's my main point here. The Orioles are not a high-level baseball team this season, okay? The Toronto Blue Jays arguably are the best team in the sport right now, coming off of that series win against Detroit, coming off that series win against the Yankees. And I know the Giants aren't playing good baseball right now, more on them later, but coming off a sweep against the Giants as well. This team has lost 2 games since the All-Star break. They are 8-2, 9-2. That's impressive. That's good stuff. It's 8-2. But, pitching matchup further solidifies my point. Chris Bassett's been good this year. 36 years of age. He may be an unk, but he's playing well. We're actually siding with the unks today. Okay? Chris Bassett's last start against the New York Yankees was good. 7 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs. Giants start prior to that. Gives up 10 hits. Doesn't give up a single run, though. 6 1/3 innings, 0 hits. Chris Bassett has been more than serviceable this year for the Toronto Blue Jays. He's been a really good rotational piece for them. And Zach Eflin hasn't been good. We faded Zach Eflin in his last game against the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland ultimately won the game 3-2. Eflin wasn't bad in that spot, went 5 innings, gave up 2 runs and 2 hits. But ultimately, right, it's not enough to propel his team to victory. The Orioles haven't won a game where Eflin has pitched since June 11th against the Tigers. Since that start and win, he's given up 7 runs on 12 hits and 5 innings against the Rays, 6 runs on 10 hits and 3 innings against the Yankees, and 4 runs on 5 hits in an inning against the Tampa Bay Rays. And obviously the loss in his last game coming off the IL against the Cleveland Guardians. So it's been since June 11th that the Orioles have won a game with Eflin. I understand, right? He was on the 15-day IL for quite a bit. He still hasn't been great this year. And sure, I guess the Guardians start was a step in the right direction, but I've been over this so many times at Cleveland. That's just another one of those lineups that I absolutely despise picking. It just is. There's 2, I say it all the time, they have 2 hitters, Kwan and Ramirez. The rest of the team sucks. So sure, going 5 innings of 2-run ball against the Guardians, that's what I would expect out of a major league starting pitcher. I'm so serious. You're taking on the Blue Jays, who have one of the best lineups in baseball. I know yesterday they didn't show that, but that's fine. It's going to happen to you. the way they're able to win 3 of 4 in Detroit against a good Tigers team, I mean, right, this series was whoever wins this series is coming out of it being first place right now in the American League. It's Toronto, undoubtedly. And they are probably going to win the American League East. You look at how the Yankees are playing right now, just losing 2 of 3 against the Philadelphia Phillies. The Red Sox aren't that hot, even though they did beat the Dodgers, and then the Rays they've fallen apart. The Jays are winning the American League, and the Toronto Blue Jays are probably going to have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Guys, the AL is going to go through the 6. It's going to go through Toronto. Are they going to win it? I don't know, but guys, I'm looking at this right now. I think this might be the Blue Jays' year to win the American League. I'll be honest, I don't think they're beating any of the juggernauts in the NL. Mets, Phillies, Dodgers, they are not beating those 3 teams. Cubs, if they buy at the deadline, we'll get into them in a second, just because it applies to the Nationals. But right now in this spot, yeah, they're good enough to beat the Orioles. Don't care the games at Camden Yards. The Orioles don't scare me, even with their best bats being Gunnar and Jackson Holiday. The Blue Jays are great right now at the plate. Everything's going right for them. Springer's hitting, Bichette's hitting, Vladdy's hitting. Alejandro Kirk's been good. Give me the Toronto Blue Jays. Alejandro Kirk's been more than good, excuse me. Give me the Blue Jays here. It's a great spot for them on the road. -125. Chris Bassett, Unka's been good this season. Zach Eflin has not been good. I am going with the Toronto Blue Jays on the road to beat the Baltimore Orioles. Let's move on to our second best bet of the video. We have got our nerfy of the day. I don't know why this is +100. I don't. Maybe I'm missing something, and seriously, if I am, tell me. I don't understand how this nerfy is +100. I don't get it. Why? Is it because Rich Hill's 44 years old? If that's the case, okay. But 45 years old? Are we going to forget what Dick Mountain did in his last start? Dick Mountain goes 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. But only one of those are earned. Against the Cubs in Chicago. I'm going to take Dick Mountain here. Spencer Strider's going for the Braves. Strider hasn't been on his A stuff this season, but he's good enough. And then I look at these 2 lineups. It's Kansas City and Atlanta. I don't talk about it as much because they're the Braves, but guys, Atlanta's been pitiful this year. I mean, they're 16 games under. The Nats are what, 19, 18? The Nats are 18 under, I think? 19 under? 19 under. But we're not that far behind Atlanta, which is crazy. And you can't blame them on the bad start. They regrouped. They found their ways. Why did the Braves trade for Eric Fetty? What is that going to do for you? I don't know. But Atlanta's coming into this game, losing 5 games in a row, dropping the second 2 against the San Francisco Giants, and then getting swept by the Texas Rangers over in Texas. And really only one of those games were competitive. Their bats are so atrociously bad other than Ronald Acuna. So right now they're betting Acuna in the 3, which does apply to our nerfy. Profar's in the 1. Well, okay, they got Profar, but a steroid-less Jurickson Profar. And that, guys, that explains so much that he randomly blew up one season. Both skill-wise and physically. It makes sense how randomly he had one all-star year. Matt Olson's still doing his thing, but man, I think Rich Hill's going to be okay in this spot. I think so. He's going to get a lefty-lefty against Olson. Profar's nothing to write home about. Acuna and Baldwin scare me in the 3 and the 4, but I think we're going to get Profar. I think we're going to get Olson, so it comes down to, okay, can Dick Mountain get Ronald Acuna Jr.? I think he can. I don't care Rich Hill's 45 years of age. He wasn't all that bad against the Cubs. I think he's going to be fine against the Braves today. Flip side, Spencer Strider. Okay, I get it. Strider hasn't had an all-star caliber year. He hasn't had, the Spencer Strider years that we were, accustomed to seeing prior to the injury. He's been serviceable. 3.72 ERA last start against the San Francisco Giants. Went 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. Start before that was really good against the New York Yankees. 6 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs over against the Yankees. And the 3 outs he's going to have to get aren't the most difficult. I know Kansas City is coming off of winning a series. They won 2 of 3 against the Cleveland Guardians. Those 2 teams are kind of in the same spot in the AL Central. Both thought they were going to be playoff teams again this year. They're nothing close to that. Actually, no, I forget. The American League wildcard picture keeps everybody in it. It does. But they're nowhere near the Tigers. And I know Detroit's not playing their best ball right now, but they have a lot of cushion with the Guardians, Royals, and hell, the Twins, who just lost a series to the Washington Nationals at home. Crazy. Somehow the one game we lost was with Mackenzie Gore. Anyways, the Royals top of the lineup doesn't scare me. It doesn't. Jonathan India swinging the bat better. Had the walk-off home run earlier in the Cleveland series. Bobby Witt's Bobby Witt. I get that, but still, I'm going to trust Spencer Strider in that spot. Pasquantino, Michael Garcia, Salvio Perez make up 3-4-5. They just added Randall Grichuk, which again shows that, all right, Kansas City, they're somewhat serious about contending because you look at the wild card race, the Royals, who are 2 games under, are only 4 games back. Yeah, it's doable. The Rangers have the same record as the Mariners. No shot. Haven't paid attention much to Rangers baseball recently. I know they've been winning. Oh, I did not know they were winning that much. I guess, yeah, they swept the Braves. They swept the A's. It makes sense. I still thought they were like a couple games over. Wow. That would be crazy if the Rangers make the playoffs and the Mariners don't. It'd be very Mariners, though. Anyways, I think we're fine here. I think we're going to get 6 outs. I think Rich Hill is going to do his thing. We're going to trust Dick Mountain. And then Spencer Strider. Again, Bobby Witt's a threat, obviously, but just like Ronald Acuna is a threat. There's going to be 2 good hitters, or a hitter on both sides of the coin here for the Braves and the Royals that do concern me. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to trust the pitchers here. I am more confident in Spencer Strider, but the Braves lineup at the same time is just bad. And I think Dick Mountain should be able to get around it. Again, Acuna is obviously the problem. And if Acuna gets on, or anybody for that matter gets on, then okay, you got to deal with Drake Baldwin and potentially Austin Riley. I think Dick Mountain's going to be okay. Rich Hill, Spencer Strider, let's do it. We are taking the unks of all unks. Dick Mountain, Rich Hill, 45 years of age, will go out there and get 3 outs. And Spencer Strider, who is 19 years younger than Rich Hill, at only 26, will get 3 outs as well. Give me the nerfy here over in Kansas City between the Braves and the Royals. And I don't get how this is plus money. Can someone explain to me that? Are we just expecting, you know, Rich Hill to not do well? I don't know. I don't get it. Give me the nerfy. Moving on to our 3rd best bet of the video, we go to our Washington Nationals best bet of the day. Oh man, Washington Nationals plus 1.5. I feel like everything I do with the Nationals right now, the opposite just happens. So I have considered just going straight back to player props with the Nats because those are going pretty well for us. I'm going to go plus 1.5 today for the Nationals. Why? I don't expect many runs to be scored. So really for the Nats, if they score 2 runs, I think we're fine. I was thinking about going the under today too at 7.5. I'm going to go with the plus 1.5 instead for the Nats. Framber Valdez and Brad Lord on the mound. If you watched the channel before, you know how much I like Brad Lord. Really good bullpen arm. I believe his future still is in the bullpen because he was excellent in the bullpen this season, but got his first start going again. All right, back in the rotation back on July 22nd against the Reds. Only went 4 innings because he's been pitching out the bullpen a lot. I'm curious to see if he's going to start going deeper into starts. Nats won that game 6-1 against the Reds. I remember going into that game, I was expecting, okay, 5 good innings out of Lord, maybe 6. Because again, this is a former starting pitcher in the minors. Obviously just came up to the Nats actually as a starter, but then got immediately moved back into the bullpen. I was expecting Brad Lord to go 5-6 innings. The game starts and immediately the Nats broadcast, Dan Kolko goes, Brad Lord, not expected to go too deep in this game. Said he's good for about, 50 pitches, maybe 60. I was like, seriously? I don't know if Lord's going to be able to give us more than that today. Then we'd have to see the Nationals bullpen, which, hey, depending on the day, is not bad. Connor Pinkleton, not bad. Like the guy, good lefty. Jose Ferrer, obviously, might get traded. I mean, there's guys. The Nats pen is getting slowly better. Uncle Luis Garcia is pitching well, too. Anyways, I think Brad Lord is going to give us quality innings. Framber Valdez is good, and he's probably going to go 7 innings, 1 hit. Sorry, well, not 1 hit. 7 innings, 1 run against the Nationals. I think the Nats to score 1 with the couple innings of bullpen time that they see with the Houston Astros. 2 runs, I think we'll do it here. I'm serious. 2 runs will do it because I think Brad Lord's going to hold the Astros. My final score prediction is 3-2 Houston. So that's why I'm taking the plus 1.5 here. And we get it at basically even odds at minus 110 as well. What does the long-term outlook look like for the Nationals? Not great. Well, in terms of like the guys on the team right now are probably going to get moved, and I'll get into a little bit more of Mackenzie Gore in a second here. But I think the Nats are able to stay competitive enough. James Wood, unfortunately, is completely lost at the plate. If there was ever a game you sit James Wood, it's today, and I wouldn't mind that. And the books might react to that and say, oh, okay, Houston heavy favorite. That's fine if they do, okay? If Wood doesn't start today, which he probably will, I don't think the Nats are going to pull him, but in the occasion or then in the event that he doesn't play, don't be concerned, honestly. I'm so serious. James Wood's not hitting the ball well right now. He legitimately needs a day off, and does this sound crazy? The Nats might be better today without James Wood in the lineup. If Jacob Young's playing center, I believe he's going to be fine playing today or soon, and then just play Alex Call in left field for a game. They might be better like that for 1 game. Just to let Wood reset and, oh, okay, you're in a slump. You're like 0 for your last 20, and you got to face one of the best left-handed pitchers in baseball in Framber Valdez. Take a day off. That's what I'd like to see. CJ Abrams is on fire, though. Okay, Nats win yesterday. Crazy result. Didn't expect that to happen. But I got to talk about Mackenzie Gore a little bit. So hold on a second. Nats plus 1.5. Again, 2.5 minutes we'll be done talking about Mackenzie Gore. But I feel like this applies. We talk about the Nationals every single day. We pick the Nationals every single day, or at least a bet related to the Nationals. So I do think it applies to talk a little bit about Mackenzie Gore and his future. So yesterday it came out, obviously, right, that the Nationals Gore's not getting shopped, but the Nationals are taking calls. So the Cubs are trying to get Gore. They're pretty aggressive in their pursuit of Mackenzie Gore. The Nats ask for some really good prospects. Bolaños, I believe. No, not Bolaños. Oh my goodness. Something along the lines of Bolaños. Catcher, first baseman for the Cubs. They asked for Owen Cassey as well, who's their number 1 prospect in the Cubs organization. And some other guys as well. Jonathan Long was another guy that the Nationals tried to, or at least have been trying to get out of Chicago. Today, though, the Nationals, or it came out last night, that the Washington Nationals want Matt Shaw in exchange for Mackenzie Gore. And obviously there would be more to the trade than just Matt Shaw. And that's where I think the Nationals and Cubs aren't on the right page. I don't know if the Nationals are going to be able to get the guys they asked for yesterday. We'll see. But it has come out that the Nats are really interested in Shaw, which is interesting to me because we do have our third baseman of the future already in Brady House, but I guess Matt Shaw could play second base if I'm not mistaken. Or I guess House could play first as well. And if you're in this point of a rebuild, you're just trying to get the best players possible and you can figure out the positions later. It is interesting the Nats want to get Shaw. I understand why. Again, this is a guy who's already graduated from being a prospect, but batting .226 this season. Had a really good series, though, over in the South Side against the Cubs. Hit a home run on Saturday. Had a couple hits yesterday as well. And Matt Shaw is finding his footing for the Chicago Cubs, and he's been much better since his first stint with the big league club when he initially got called up to go play in Asia for the opening weekend series. I think Shaw does have all the tools, and I think if you are the Nationals, yes, this is a guy that you probably want to go out and get. Doesn't have the prospect tag on him anymore, but this is a 300 hitter in the 300 average hitter in AAA. It's a guy that if you get him on the major league level and get him accustomed again to being on a team where, this is gonna sound crazy, winning is not the expectation and player development is, I do think it can really benefit a guy like Shaw. Rather than him being on the Cubs right now, being in the middle of not just a playoff push, but a divisional push and potentially a pennant chase as well. I think a step back on the Nationals could potentially help this guy out a lot. And in exchange, right, Mackenzie Gore goes and becomes a frontline, rotational piece for the Chicago Cubs. I'm sure the Nats would get more than just Matt Shaw. I would not do Matt Shaw for Mackenzie Gore 1-for-1. If you give me Matt Shaw and Owen Cassey and Jonathan Long, I'm not against it. I'm really not. It will suck to see Mackenzie Gore go, but if you can actually get good pieces like Shaw, like Owen Cassey, that's a guy I do kind of want. The more I keep seeing, I think there's a lot of potential with the power out of him. The Nationals cannot get fleeced here, and I'm sure the mindset already is with DeBartolo, and I know it is. If we can't get the deal we really like, you still have Gore for 2 more seasons. You are trading him in the same spot that the Nationals traded Juan Soto in. All that control time left, trying to really, cash in on this value that he has. We'll see what happens. But again, the latest thing, the Nats want Matt Shaw in a deal for Mackenzie Gore. Okay, let's move on to our 4th best bet of the video. We go to our best player prop of the day, -130 to get 1 hit. I know what you're thinking. You've never done this player prop before, at least non-Nationals wise. You did this once, I think, with Dylan Cruz, and he did get a hit that game. Anyways, we went 1 for 2 on the Dylan Cruz to get a hit. Anyways, Ronnie Mauricio to get 1 hit today in San Diego. Guys, I was at Sunday Night Baseball last night. We had New York Mets money line. We took New York Mets money line every single game of that San Francisco Giants series in San Francisco. And the Mets cashed every night. They cashed as a big dog the first night, they cashed it even the second night, and they cashed as slight favorites in the third night. We made a lot of bank on the Metropolitans over the weekend. I hate the Metropolitans, but I'm glad they cashed for us. The reason they won yesterday was not Juan Soto, who hit the big go-ahead home run. Juan played great, I'll give him credit. It wasn't because of Francisco Alvarez, who had a really good game. It was Ronnie Mauricio. Mauricio hits the game-tying home run off of Randy Rodriguez, the best relief pitcher in the game of baseball. Yeah, why was Rodriguez pitching the 6th inning and going into the 7th? I don't know, but it's fine. Mauricio takes an inside slider and and absolutely just nukes it. Pulls it down an in slider, puts it in the McCovey Cove on national television, on prime time. And not only does Ronnie Mauricio do that, he goes 4 for 4 against the Giants in the 9 spot. I know Mauricio has been a guy that's been talked about in trade. Hey, the things I would do to get this guy on my baseball team. I know the Nats won't trade with the Mets, but like, all right, I'll give up Kyle Finnegan. I'll give you, not Mackenzie Gore, obviously, but I'll give you Kyle Finnegan. I will give you Nathaniel Lowe. I'll give you Josh Bell, all for Ronnie Mauricio. I don't think the Mets would do that at all, but I don't know. They, at one point in time, Max Scherzer got traded for Luis Angel Acuna. And obviously the Mets were the one getting Acuna. Regardless, though, way to go, Rangers, I guess. Well, no, they won a chip with Scherzer, though, so that's what it is. Anyways, not because of Max, but still, Mauricio yesterday went 4 for 4. You tell me he's not going to get one hit today? I thought about going over 2.5 total bases, or 1.5 total bases, which was like plus 210, but then I saw to get one hits minus 130. Sign me up. Guys, we don't need bases at all. We need this guy to just get a hit. This is a 260 hitter this season, and sure, Mauricio doesn't get to play every single day because Mark Vientos is in the lineup. Well, here's the thing. Mark Vientos needs to get traded. He just has to. Mauricio, if the Mets are planning on keeping this guy and not flipping him for an elite product that they can get right now to win right now, Mauricio is an everyday starter for your team. He is. Plays a decent glove, switch hitter. He's pretty good at the plate. Everything I've seen out of Mauricio, and obviously I am a little bit skewed because of yesterday, because I got to see it in person. I know Mauricio's had his struggles throughout the year, but if this guy can get hot, yeah, he's pretty solid. He went through a stretch in June where he was really good too. I think this is kind of just another stretch he's going through right now. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by the guy. Again, it's no easy feat to take Randy Rodriguez yard. Not many guys have done it this season. Rodriguez came in today with an ERA of like 0.7. And obviously Mauricio took him yard, and then Juan Soto ended up taking him yard on Sunday Night Baseball last night. But boy, was I impressed. So again, we only need one hit today. We don't need over total bases or nothing. The Mets are in San Diego, so they go from NorCal all the way down to Southern California to take on the San Diego Padres, and Dylan Cease is going for the San Diego Padres tonight. Cease with his 3-10 record and a 4.59 ERA. He's only good when he pitches in DC against the Washington Nationals. Against every other team he pitches against, Cease is not very good. His last start against the Miami Marlins, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. Again, not a bad start, but he's going to get hit on. And Mauricio should be able to do the job. I know, again, the reason why the odds are so bad, minus 130 to get one hit, is because Mauricio's probably batting in the 9 spot. That's fine. He'll still get 3 or 4 at-bats, and I believe in one of those at-bats, he's going to be able to cash in for us. There's a lot of put-away stuff with Dylan Cease, right? He's one of the better strikeout guys in the game still, even with his ERA being that high and not having a good season at all on a contract year. But I believe Mauricio's able to make contact. I believe he's going to be able to get one to fall. And I'm going to go with Ronnie Mauricio to get one hit today, minus 130. I feel like it's great odds for a guy who had his best game of his career yesterday, 4 for 4. He had 2 doubles, a single, and a home run. He was a triple away from the cycle. Give me Ronnie Mauricio today over 0.5 hits to get one hit today. Let's go on to our final best bet of the video. It is our second money line, and yes, I'm actually picking the San Francisco Giants. I know. The Giants, I don't think there's a team I've faded more than the Giants this season. Maybe no, I've not faded the Dodgers as much. By the way, Dodgers low-key banned right now. Just unbelievable yesterday. I finally picked the Dodgers, and y'all give up the lead to the Red Sox. I mean, just way to go, Dustin May. You scored 3 runs off of Walker Buehler, and then you get runners on first and second in the 8th inning. Aroldis Chapman gets injured, and you can't get anything out of it. Jordan Hicks comes in, and you line straight right into a double play. Shohei Ohtani, where's the clutch factor, man? First and second, no outs. You fly out into left off of Aroldis Chapman. Where's the clutch factor? 2 guys just walked right before you. Anyways, I'm going to go with the Giants today. I know, this is crazy because I never picked the Giants. Hear me out, guys. They're not losing to the Pirates. Pittsburgh, this is the perfect sell high spot in the Pittsburgh Pirates. They have won 5 of 6. They sweep the Tigers. They win 2 of 3 at home against the Arizona Diamondbacks yesterday. Paul Skeens doing Paul Skeens things. That man better be the Cy Young, and I'm going to check right now the odds. He better be a huge favorite to win the Cy Young now after Zach Wheeler did not pitch all that well at Yankee Stadium. That's the best pitcher in baseball, and it's not even close. Skeens minus 180 for the Cy Young. Let's go. Come on now. Anyways, we get tonight for the Pittsburgh Pirates. No Skeens, obviously, he pitched yesterday. We get Mitch Keller. Keller probably his last start as a Pirate. I think regardless of where it is, if it's Mets, if it's Cubs, some team is going to trade for Mitch Keller. I don't know who it's going to be. I believe this is Keller's last start. With that being said, I know how the Pittsburgh Pirates operate. Keller can be on his A game today. He can go 5 shutout innings and actually go 5 no-hit innings. They're taking him out after 5 innings today. I've seen this before with Paul Skeens, and they did that because of an all-star game because they didn't want him to get hurt. They're going to pull Mitch Keller really early in the start because they don't want to lose out on the trade value right now. Mitch Keller's trade value has never been higher, at least since he's been a major league player, once a highly touted prospect. He's on a run right now. He's on a crazy run. ERA in the month of July is 2. All right, last start against the Tigers is worst of the month, but prior to that, Cardinals starts 7 innings, 5 hits, 0 runs. Twins, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. He's been good. ERA of 2 so far in the month of July, 3.53 ERA in the season. Trust me, guys, he's not going deep in this game. Max, he's going 6 innings, but I think he's going 5. I don't think they're going to play around today about Mitch Keller. They want to trade him. It's so obvious they want to trade Mitch Keller because it's the Pirates, and it is a never-ending rebuild with them, too. What is their plan with Paul Skeens? Trading him to the Dodgers next trade deadline, probably, but they're not going to let Keller go deeper in this game. All my points about the Giants lineup sucking remains. You know how I am about the Giants. This game, guys, might be the first game to ever finish in a time limit draw, okay? I'm joking, obviously, but neither of these teams are going to be able to hit today. The Giants are going to be starting Carson Wissenhunt today, the 24-year-old lefty, obviously pitching right now with the Sacramento River Cats in AAA, being promoted for the first time. ERA this year in Sacramento, 4.42. But if we know anything from how the A's play, it's hot in Sacramento. It's a minor league, well, obviously minor league park. Ball flies there. It's not an easy place to pitch. Okay, it's like when you get a pitcher from the D-backs AAA system over in Reno. Like, that is the easiest place to hit in all the minor leagues. Sacramento's right there too. So take these stats with a grain of salt. And also, he's facing the Pittsburgh Pirates, who actually, are coming off of 18 in a row shutout innings against the Diamondbacks. That might get to 27, but I think the Giants will win in extra innings. No, in all seriousness, right? Both these teams have really good bullpens. Their starting pitching is really good. My thing is the Pirates are going to pull Mitch Keller early, I think, after 5. The Pirates lineup is not as good as the San Francisco Giants lineup is, which is crazy, I understand, because I shit on the Giants all the time. It is still better than the Pirates, okay? The Pirates' best hitter is Andrew McCutchen, then probably IKF, then Brian Reynolds, then O'Neal Cruz. Legitimately, it's probably in that order. Maybe, O'Neal Cruz is probably higher, but still, like, they are horrid at the plate. The Giants are bad. They're just bad in clutch spots, though, against good teams. Against bad teams like the Pirates, yeah, they are better. They're better. Come on. This team still has Elliot Ramos. They have Devers who you can't trust in. You can't trust in Adames. Chapman goes yard twice yesterday. It means he's going 0 for today. But, like, they've got guys. Pittsburgh, I can't tell you they have guys in the lineup that can just pop off, I don't know. I think the Giants win this game. I think it's extremely low scoring. I think the Giants go to their bullpen pretty early. Like, I think both these teams go to their bullpen by the 5th inning or the 6th inning. I don't think Wissenhunt goes that deep into this game. Former ECU pitcher, obviously, with the East Carolina Pirates. 24 years of age, making his MLB debut. I just don't expect Keller to go deep in this game. I think minus 125 is great value for the Giants. They were figuring out their hitting a little bit as the game went on against against Edwin Diaz. They were just seeing the ball really well. But as the game went on against the New York Mets, they were seeing the ball a little bit better. They were threatening at the end of the game, obviously, against Edwin Diaz. And like the Giants do, right? They just, blow huge spots. Pause. They are so unclutch. Again, I just don't think there's going to be much scoring today. I think the Giants' main way of scoring today is going to be the long ball, like an Elliot Ramos long ball, Willie Adames long ball, maybe Chapman, again, probably not, maybe Devers deep fly. And I just don't think there's many runs scored today. I think the Giants will be able to take advantage of the low-scoring affair. But Pittsburgh on the road, I don't like it. I'm going with the Giants to win minus 125. We rarely ever pick these guys. We're going to be San Francisco to get it done at Oracle Park. So, folks, thank you all for watching our MLB Best Bets here on July 28th. If you haven't, 29th. If you haven't yet, though, no, 28th. If you haven't yet, though, make sure that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank you all for watching, and Mamba forever.